Kellyanne Conway joins me now, and good morning to you. How do you see it? This is what you do for a living. What do you see?
Thank you, Bill. Something remarkable is going on here. In the more ethnically diverse states, President Trump is busting through 50% in the new Fox News polling. So, for example, in Nevada, it's about 51% of white-only households. Arizona, about 60%. And yet, they're a little bit more neck and neck in the more white states. Wisconsin, 80% white only. So the irony for Joe Biden, who served with Barack Obama, is serving with Kamala Harris, and the Democratic Party that swears it's for minorities, it's for young people, it's for union households, he is seeing this attrition and erosion and migration away from the Democratic Party among these core constituencies. Why is this relevant? Well, secretly, some Democratic consultants now are saying we need to get more of the white vote. I mean, imagine that they're banking on Joe Biden winning Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania and trying to get more of the white vote. I am stunned by the underlying demographic crosstabs in the Nevada and Arizona study. Quickly, in Nevada, Joe Biden is winning union households by 1 point. He carried them by 15 points, Bill, in 2020. Nevada has the highest foreclosures in the country, along with Washington, D.C. and California. It has the highest unemployment rate, particularly in the hospitality sector, which, of course, fuels the economy in Nevada. Nevada has not gone Republican presidentially since 2004, so that's a big deal that President Trump is above 50%. The other thing I would say to that is the only state in the country that watched a Democrat to Republican flip with the governorship in 2022. So this has been going that way for a while. Last thing I want to say about all of these numbers in Arizona, in Nevada, in Florida, in Virginia, the gender gap is real. But guess what, Bill? It's not just Trump with women. Biden is having a devil of a time winning the male vote. Biden's gender gap with men is scary. He's losing men by 18 points in Nevada to Joe Biden, where Trump is trailing women by about 9 points. So people love to talk about the gender gap. They love to talk about suburban women. Got news for you. Men live in the suburbs, too. And Joe Biden is not, he's underperforming among his core constituencies from 2020. All
right, on the issues, just want to single out Virginia specifically. Who do a better job? For Joe Biden, this is where he leads, rather. He leads on climate change. He leads on abortion. He leads on election integrity, and he leads on health care. Where does Trump do better? In Virginia, specifically, immigration and the border, on the economy, and on the Israeli-Hamas war. That goes to foreign policy, which could be more critical, I think, Kellyanne, than a lot of people think. All right, leave that to the side right now. Sean asked him last night about a VP pick. I'm going to play the tape for you, and then we'll get some analysis on what might be the best choice. Watch.
Where are you in the process of picking a vice president? Because you're getting close.
Well, yeah, but I think I'll announce who that person's going to be during the convention. I think that's pretty normal.
You want to give me any names?
No, but you look.
You don't want to give me names. We have a lot of good. I'd love for you to give me names.
We have some people that have done a fantastic job in communicating the ills and the assets and the advantages and the disadvantages of what we're doing as a country.
So Kellyanne, you followed the reporting this week about potential names. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 8, sometimes there's 10. Here's what I think. Choose to agree or disagree. I'm not sure how much it matters for the undercard for Donald Trump. America's going to vote for him or they're going to vote against him. However, maybe you see someone out there who could actually help Trump come November. And bear in mind, whoever is on the undercard on his ticket, they are the automatic heir apparent to the Republican Party. Because you got one term, and in 2028, that VP will go to the top of the list come re-election time in 2028. What do you think?
You make some good points. I think the heir apparent part is one that perhaps is in President Trump's thinking, because I know him. He would like people to fight to get that MAGA mantle, to attract his voters, what I call the base plus now. If it were just about Donald Trump's base, Bill, he wouldn't be at 51% against a sitting incumbent in these tight states. So I think he's got embarrassment of riches in terms of the full bench of Republicans. I'm not surprised that President Trump is looking heavily at the United States Senate for his possible VP pick, because foreign policy, national security, obviously, the war in Israel, the war in Ukraine, Iran on the march, the war at the southern border. I'm not surprised he's doing that. I also think that as president for 4 years, he knows how important it is to work with a Senate. And the one thing I'll say to your point about the VP not being that important, President Trump has said that. He said, I don't think it matters that much. I think it matters if the person becomes a distraction. I think that the person could help President Trump, but they can't hurt President Trump. If he's made to explain and excuse that person's conduct or statements, then we're in troublesome territory. I think the people who he has on his short list, Tim Scott, Marco Rubio, J.D. Vance, Tom Cotton, Bill Hagerty, I've seen some others there, obviously Doug Burgum, a governor. I think even people who he ends up not picking for VP will have a tremendous role in his administration, either in his cabinet or in the United States Senate. But I think the VP has to do three things: help him win, help him govern, and be ready on day one. And we can worry about 2028 based on the record of accomplishment later on.
Okay.
I'd love to see a woman vice president. I'd love to see a woman Republican president one day. I just don't think this is the year for that.
Everybody says I'm wrong, but I don't think Nikki Haley's off the table. We shall see. Kellyanne, good to talk to you. Thank you for coming on.
That's Donald Trump's decision, and we'll all respect it. Thank you, Bill.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.